Hi guys, it's Lori with A Voice in the Dark. I just thought I'd write this. It's about coming out of a bad relationship. And it doesn't matter how long the relationship was, it was still bad, and there's still residual effects that kind of shock you at first. So I just wanted to let you know that this is what I felt, this is what I kind of went through briefly, and that it is worth the work to heal from it and get through it. After I left an abusive relationship and found that my fears were more than just him, it was even more so if my mind would ever come back. For a few weeks, it felt like a wall was around my brain and it was melting down. I cried and prayed silently that my mind would be safe and come back. I was always highly intelligent, yet I was finding it harder than ever to refocus. I was on automatic for several years. Then as my mind came back, then I was fearful I'd lost my beauty too. The ancients assured me they were holding on to it for me as I was kicked into the dark night of the soul and being refined by the universe by walking through my pains and healing them. My learning to understand the triggers from childhood and my last marriage, to walk through my history not as a victim anymore, but as an observer to understand what and why. Was this journey worth it? Yes, it truly was. Every day I become someone who I used to know with so much more power and grace. My beauty is back, my playfulness is coming back, and yet I am now able to see the world and people in a new light and realize I do not need to heal anyone unless they ask. I do not need to bring a wounded soul in under my wings to take care of. I realize now that everyone has a path, and they cannot learn it unless they fully experience it. I have always been blessed by God, Goddess, all that is. I had, however, only put in a bit of meditating during all of this experience. I can tap in whenever I choose, so that is what I did. I learned to be grateful for every day and every new day. Grateful that I could experience the angels helping me and other extraterrestrial beings. It has been a long journey due to the fact that I had only touched briefly the wounds from childhood before, when I first totally immersed myself into meditation and personal growth, spiritual growth. This is but a mere piece of my story. I give it now, realizing that many women and men stay in relationships for many reasons, too many to count. Yet we all know is how we feel, at least some of the time. Most of the time we're numb. There comes a time when we know it is either them or me. A horrible choice to make, since most of us are older now and starting over seems like a nightmare. You can be. But I guarantee you will survive it and thrive once again. Be gentle to yourself, small steps. Allow yourself the quiet time to engage in retrospection on who and what you truly are. Blessings and love, Lori. A Voice in the Dark, Lori Elliot. We are sovereign beings and we are free to be ourselves. Bring harm to none. And love is fiercely, if not more, than haters hate. God has your back always. Lori, just Lori, 1-3-24, right after leaving a bad relationship. See the next page for some more info. Now, I did not do all my healing alone, so be sure to get a good therapist, preferably one who uses hypnosis. It is easier on the brain if done that way. It is like being an observer, and then understanding comes along with that. Then you no longer have that trigger. I do not personally trust erasing the memories, so be careful with that. Red flags from memories are necessary. We are just trying to heal by learning the lesson, not forget the lesson. Below and almost always in my description on each video, or at least on my page info, You will find numbers for almost any scenario that might call for help from professionals. Blessings and love, Lori. Become your greatest version of self. Become a better human one day at a time. Numbers below.